to protect your energy from negative influences, from psychic vampires and people who just want to take from you. This is Katarina Satori, and in this video, I'd like to share with you one simple way you can protect your energy, maybe two more. We'll see what will come through. If you are progressively becoming more sensitive, this is a normal experience. That's called you are progressively going through spiritual awakening. Your emotions and your spiritual body are really connected. When you begin to feel your feelings, you begin to sort through emotional debris and clear stuff out. You have more ability to pick up the vibrations. You become more energetically aware, become more energetically sensitive, right? So it's a really good thing. Now, the other side of that, you can feel more progressively overwhelmed by other people's energy. And after talking 5, 10, 15 minutes with somebody, you come back home and you say, my day is ruined. I don't know why, but I feel anxious. I worry about my life. I doubt myself. Where do you think that comes from? Yes, it might be from the thoughts that you are thinking, because the thoughts that you think create a chain of reactions, chemical reactions that create the feelings inside your body. So it all starts with a thought, right? That's one scenario. You're thinking a thought that makes you feel bad and you're feeling bad or worry or anxious. But another answer to that is you picked up somebody's vibration and it attached to you, right? And we have so many people who are becoming aware of the energetic takers. You can call them energetic vampires, right? We can be more like descriptive like that, but let me just say, I prefer the term energetic takers. You know, people who just will take your energy. And some people do it unconsciously, so they don't know how to tap into their own inner energy, inner power, inner life force. They don't know how to do it. They're not awake to that possibility just yet. So when they find somebody who feels good to be around, unconsciously, they take your energy, right? And some people do it consciously, you know, and the conscious negative energy absorbers or takers are people who continue to complain and who don't go beyond the story how life is terrible for them, nothing is going well, you know, they are lacking and they are basically at the mercy of their circumstances. It's one thing to have that as a temporary experience. It's another thing to have it as an ongoing monologue, an ongoing story of life, how life is against me, right? How life is unfair. That's how you know that when you spend time with somebody who is negative, who is consistently complaining or blaming others or life or themselves, complaining and blaming are these frequencies that take you to the energetics of victimhood, right? We can operate on two energies. And before I tell you how to protect your energy, we got to set up this context, right? To set up this understanding of how all of this works. So the one layer is the level of victimhood. And if you don't think you ever drop to the level of victimhood, I invite you to think again, because all of us can sometimes experience that, where we start feeling self-pity, where we start feeling our life is just doesn't have as much as everybody else has or whatnot, right? So we are going into that complaining, either if it's a complaining inside your own head, inside my own head, that's a vibration that you emanate. Oh, and then comes a point where you get tired of your own negativity, and you start transforming yourself. You start putting some energetic boundaries. You start taking the responsibility for the energy that you put into the world, right? It's an exciting chapter. You're moving from victimhood into creationhood. You start thinking, wow, like, if I do create my reality, what would it look like? What could be different in my life? Yes, the circumstances are not ideal right now. Yes, my life doesn't feel fully fulfilled, or some aspects of my life doesn't feel fully fulfilled. But this is not how it's going to be unless I decide to keep things the same. Then it's going to be like that. I can turn things around. I can think about my situation differently. I can learn how to work with energy. So the very first thing to protect your energy is the number one decision is to become aware. Who do you surround yourself with? Are you surround yourself with people who are energetic takers? So the way you can tell, you spend time with them and you feel fatigued. You feel like, they're talking you to the ground. They are self-centered in their conversation, or they are not attuned. They're not checking in to see if you're open to engage in a particular topic, especially when it comes to politics and religion. I live in the United States right now, where we have the number one challenge that we have beside gun violence. We have a huge political agitation. And a lot of people, a lot of them are unconsciously unaware how energetically intrusive it feels, where you are bombarded by political opinions that you don't want to be a part of, or you don't want to be energetically a part of. So political conversations, aggressive pushing of their opinions on you, or religious conversation, right? Without you intentionally inviting them to have that conversation with you, quite likely will leave you energetically drained and tired and fatigued, and feel like, oh my gosh, I wish I spent that hour or 20 minutes in a way that fuels my soul, inspires my soul. So when you are with the people who are energetic givers, you feel so good. First of all, you feel at ease being yourself. Second of all, it feels natural to be around. There is this natural spaciousness. They will check in before they push a particular topic or conversation on you, and they're just naturally attuned, and around them, your nervous system begins to relax. That's a sign of a healthy, energetically attuned person. So the very first thing, scan who you're around, who you choose to be around. One second, I'm going to close the window. Yes, I'm going to close the window. So decide who is, if you truly want to protect your energy, you get to become honest who you give access to when it comes to your energy. And if this is the very first time you are aware of this topic, or the very first time you're choosing to define or strengthen your energetic boundaries, and if it's not easy or comfortable, just know it comes with practice. It comes with practice for you to start asserting your energetic boundaries. Then the second thing is to protect your energy is to actually learn quantum tools, right? To learn the tools that are known in spiritual healing tradition that usually work. There is many ways to work with energy. If you've never had a training of how to work with your energy, how to activate different levels of your being, I recommend for you to go through one of my programs that's called Frequency Shift course. It's very simple but deeply profound, where you learn how to work with your energy and you learn how to receive healing. This is my companion, Gracie, right there. So, and then the third way you can protect your energy is intention. So beside taking physical action and creating boundaries with people who are energetic takers, psychic vampires, or people who are negative, who maintain negative attitude, negative mindset, you know what I'm talking about, right? Beside letting go of those people and choosing, even if it's gonna disappoint them, upset them, whatever, you begin to value yourself and your energetic serenity. And then the second thing is learn energetic tools, expand your toolbox, invest in your learning. Take my course, take somebody else's course, but as long as you start actually learning, what are the tools? I worked with ancient mystical teachings that come all the way from Atlantis. So I work with the elemental healing approach, where we work with sacred geometry and vibration, where we find these energetic kinks in the energy body and bring your energy into vibrational wholeness. And then you get to learn the tools of how to actually maintain your energy, because this is what I think a lot of people are learning. Just how you take a shower, physical shower, you take it every single day. Yes? If majority of the people, if you have access to hot water, you would say you take shower every single day. And if you didn't take a shower, if you took a shower only once a month, you would feel dirty, you would stink, and you would not feel comfortable in your body, right? Of course. So I want you to think about your energy body is exactly the same way. It's actually a layer. Your etheric body is a layer that takes a form like an energetic shape, and it broadcasts everything that is unresolved energetically in you. So when people meet you, the very first thing they feel is your energy, right? So by taking charge of this and saying, I command my energetic protection, so you can use intention. We are very powerful when it comes to intentionality, right? You can use intention as a form of, clear decision on the level of your soul, that you choose to take charge of your energy and raise its frequency. Because here's what happens: when you raise your frequency, you'll naturally become more and more attuned who is energetically aligned for you and who is not. Oh, look at the sun is coming up. It's so beautiful. So then, how to protect your energy? You also ask your guides and your spirit guides and the healing masters. I work with many different healing masters. Every single person on this planet has a team of guides. Not a single human person is without guidance. We get to activate that connection and develop our spiritual perception organs to be able to pick up the signals, right? So if we're too dense, we cannot even hear or sense our guides, because our spiritual perception is not activated, is not open. But the more we begin to work with our energy, we begin to hear and perceive on these subtle planes of reality. So you can protect your energy by asking your team of spiritual guides to assist you with protection and with support and with guidance. You can do all of that. Oh, feels like my posture is a little lopsided. Okay, here it is. So this is just a few tips. I know I can bring a whole webinar, and this is one of my intentions. If you're watching this video on any of my social media channels, I want to be brief. I want to give you kind of a broad view of how to approach this topic. And eventually I will bring a webinar training. Every time I lead a webinar, it's a deep dive curriculum where I address this topic from a practical and from a practical way, giving you the tools and the new perspectives of how to protect your energy. I definitely would recommend to consciously protect your energy. You may hear some non-dual spiritual teachers. I practice devotional non-duality as my spiritual path. So devotional non-duality is an approach to spirituality that is all about non-duality, oneness. So there's some spiritual teachers of non-duality will say, you don't need to use spiritual protection if everything is one, you're one spirit, one consciousness. And it is true. They are correct at one particular level. But before we can actually live from that place, before we can go to and take that leap of consciousness, that you live as an embodied field of oneness, not as a concept, not as something that you read in a book or watch a documentary. That's where all begin. But something that you transformed and you went through different dimensions of your consciousness, that embodied oneness, that you don't have a separation. You're able to be fully human, fully grounded, fully engaged with your physical life, not abandoning your responsibilities, not checking out of this physical reality to become at one with spirit, right? When you're fully integrated human being while maintaining a lucid awareness of your divinity, of you being this one field of oneness, then the necessity of spiritual protection will just fall away. It's not even becomes a topic that you're interested in because you operate on a whole different level of consciousness. Now, as one of my favorite teachers, Byron Katie, often says, let's not pretend beyond our evolution. Let's really make sure that we are ready to embody that level of mystical oneness with all that exists. And you will know when you reach there. And by reach, I don't mean going out there. It's actually going deeper and deeper and deeper into a deep dimension, knowing yourself and diving into this essence of who you are and receiving illumination through spiritual path and meditation and stillness. Then it becomes like, okay, the spiritual protection, psychic protection, that conversation becomes irrelevant to you because you are at one with all, right? So there's a few avatars on our planet, avatars like highly realized spiritual masters. And we have many examples of them in India who were able to maintain that non-dual awareness, meaning they never left the oneness. They realized enlightenment, and they were kind of like one foot in enlightened state and one foot is in the world. They become the bridge. They become the bridge, right, of this embodied enlightened awareness, not the substitute, not something that you need to communicate to the divine. Like that's an old, archaic, Piscean idea, right? That we need a bridge. Hey. It's my animal over there. Wants to be left out. But something like that, right? So I hope I just wanted to go there a little bit today to address, from the embodied non-dual perspective. You don't even need this conversation. But while we are learning how to access that non-dual oneness states of consciousness and stabilize it and live from that place, energy protection is a very important conversation, a very important energetic practice for all of us to become, energetic givers, and all of us to recognize when we become unconsciously or consciously energetic takers, becoming more and more attuned. It's easy to recognize that pattern in others, but it's so much more humbling to recognize it in yourself. So on this note, I will drop a few links and resources underneath this video of how you can go deeper. I recommend my frequency shift process. It's a curriculum that I teach. It's offered as a self-study course that you can join anytime. And a few times a year, I teach it, maybe like twice. I teach it as a live curriculum. So you can see the link underneath this video. And if you'd like to go deeper into this conversation, I just announced Frequency Shift Teacher Training. If you want to go deeper and actually learn the methodology and teach it to others and support your clients and students, that could also be a great step. Protect your energy by becoming devoted to your energetic hygiene, by letting go of people who drain your energy, by becoming intentional, and by learning how to work with healing guides and masters and spiritual guides on an invisible plane of reality. This is my guidance and my inspiration for this topic.